Hey guys, today we'll go over the shuttle run. So this is a seemingly simple movement. It's now shown up in the CrossFit online quarterfinals. So this is going to probably be in a lot of online competitions for the foreseeable future. So let's try to add some technique to a movement where we kind of feel like it's just running back and forth. In the workouts we've seen in the quarterfinals, there's like 20 plus laps of these things. Every single lap you've got 2 turnarounds, so that's a lot of transitions. So that's the name of the game here, is that turnaround. So these can easily go from an okay movement where we're just kind of moving through them, nice even pace. It can turn them into a really laborious movement. First thing we're going to do to set this up, get yourself your tape measure, lay it down. This one's supposed to be 25-foot length. Lay out your line, your start-finish line, but give yourself about a foot on either side of that 25-foot line. So you're looking at 27 feet is what I've measured here. And the reason for that is because both feet and your hand have to be beyond the line. So your hand has to touch the ground just below the line, both feet past the line. So that means you're going to need a little bit further on either side. So 27 feet. Run back and forth to the 27 feet and do your turnaround properly where you touch the line with your hand. Count the number of steps and do this over and over till it feels smooth and you have the same number of steps each time. For me, that number is 6, and then the 7th step is my turnaround. It makes a difference if it's an odd number or if it's an even number. For an odd number, I'm going to be facing the same direction the whole time in my turnaround. Where if it's going to be an even number, you're gonna have a little spin move. You're gonna do basically a circle. Once I figured out my number of steps, I'm then gonna take that number that's 27 feet, divide that by 7. So 3 feet 10 inches is each one of my steps. Okay, so that's where I'm gonna put some marks. So I'm using poker chips in this video. You can use tape or whatever. You don't have tape, just use chalk. Mark little dots of chalk, and you don't want to step on the dots, just put them off to the side. So I'm obviously not going to run on the chips, and I certainly don't want to turn around. I don't want to pivot on top of a chip at the ends. You could slip out and get hurt that way. Giving yourself a target will keep your brain accurate when you've lost that fine motor skill, and keep your form from degrading into the death march. You'll see people take 15, 20 steps to get there. They walk by the line, turn around. They've gone now 30 feet. They reach down slowly, touch the line, and then start their little trot, which turns into basically walking. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be walking at all during this. You may have to, but if you deliberately walk like a power walk, you can actually hit these marks just fine with the same number of steps. Just stretch out that stride. Just get away from the little shuffle walk. Okay, so now we've got the steps all laid out. Let's practice a few back and forths, hitting pretty close to those marks. Make sure we're touching the line or the dot that you have for your hands to touch. Just see how that feels. Once we get used to that, then we're going to start talking about adjusting our turnaround. We want to make sure that we're stepping in with the close foot, right? So in this case, it's my left foot. And then I want to be reaching down with my right arm. So left foot, right arm. That way, I'm going to be sure to get both feet across the line, and I'll be in the best position, kind of like a runner's start. If I reach down with my left arm instead, that's going to cause a little bit of sloppiness and confusion. So I always want to be on the opposite side of my foot. On the opposite side of this shuttle run, it's going to be the opposite of this side. So it's going to be my right leg crossing and pivoting, and my left arm touching the ground. My chest and my face is always facing the camera because I am doing an odd number of steps. If I had 8, that's what you're about to see here. If I had 8, I'm going to have to do more of a circular path where I'm actually doing a 180 spin move at each corner. What you're going to see when I do this, the difference is you're going to see my back on one side, my front on the other side versus front. So right there, you got my back once again, and then on the other side, you're going to get the front. So I'm doing a circle basically. That's an even number turnaround. And with the even number one, you're going to have a little more pivot, a little more spin on that foot as you have to do a 180 versus just changing direction. So here's the odd number. Once again, my chest always facing the camera, opposite hand foot. There you go. All right, last thing we want to talk about is speed. So you're not going to get a lot of speed in 6, 7, 8 steps. However, we can get a little more speed by leaning in the turn. So I want to lean myself in the direction that I want to go versus leaning towards the direction I'm going. So as I pivot and turn, I don't want my head to go too far over the line. Instead, I want to start leaning in the opposite direction. That's going to help me use gravity to pull me back in the other direction before I actually have to use the power of my legs, which is going to save me in the long run muscularly and obviously cardio and energy-wise. So there it is. Transitions are the most important part here. If we have the correct number of steps and consistent steps going into the turns, leaning in the direction we want to go in, that's what's going to help us make these smoother, faster, and get us through these shuttle runs with efficiency and speed. All right, hope this helps you guys. Good luck on the quarterfinal workouts. And don't forget to like our channel, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Mahalo.